Hi, in this video, I will be showing you problem number 11 of the worksheet on chapter 4 for the intermediate algebra class. Objective: finding the roots of a quadratic equation with leading coefficient greater than 1. Solve for w. 2w square plus 5w equal to negative 2. It's always a good idea to move everything to one side and keep the right hand side as 0. So if you move the negative 2 to the left hand side, it will become positive 2 and the right hand side would become 0. Now we are going to factor this. So 2w square plus 5w plus 2. There are two methods we can discuss here. So 2w square plus 5w plus 2 equal to can be factored. I'll explain two methods. One is you multiply this first coefficient and the last one, which is 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. And then write the middle term as sum of two terms. When you add, you get a 5w. When you multiply, you get a 4w square. So we're going to write this as 2w square. Then I'm going to break this 5w into two parts. One is 4w plus w, 4w plus 1w, that will become 5w. Then keep the 2 like this. So if you add the middle 2, you get the 5w. When you multiply 4w and w, you get 4w square. Then anytime you have 4 terms, the grouping technique will work better. So first 2w is the GCF. Then you are left with w plus 2. 2w times w is 2w square. 2w times 2 is 4w. Then in these two, 1 is common. So write that as w plus 2. So in these two, in grouping, we know that this factor must exactly be equal to this factor. So we write this as w plus 2, the one that is common. Then whatever you are left with here, which is 2w plus 1. This is one way of factoring this 2w square plus 5w plus 2. So there is another way, which is a kind of a shortcut. So you take this one, which is 2w times w. You take this one, which is 2 times 1 or 1 times 2. But the check would be you cross it, I call it x box. So cross it like an x. It's 2w times 2, that will be a 4w. Then cross these two, which is w times 1. So you cross this way and then you cross this way, multiply. So you get 4w and then w, which is going to be 5w. And make sure this 5w is exactly the middle term. Then your factoring is right. Then you box it. This is what I call it, x box. So that will be, the first box is 2w plus 1. The second box is w plus 2. Or it is w plus 2 times 2w plus 1. In either method, you notice that the factors of the left hand side of this equation are w plus 2 and 2w plus 1. Set that to equal to 0. So when you have two parentheses equal to 0, either the first one is 0 or the second one is 0. Subtract 2 on either side, you get w equal to negative 2. Subtract 1 on both sides, you get 2w equal to negative 1. Then you divide by 2 both sides, so you get w equal to negative 1/2. So the solution to this problem, there are two of them, w equal to negative 2 and w equal to negative 1/2. We can also check by plugging in these two w values into the original equation and checking whether the equation is satisfied or not. Hope this video helps.